This is Nico Belvidina for CBCP News Weekend Report. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle on Sunday berated Catholics who go to church but do not live out to God's teachings. On the Feast of Corpus Christi, Cardinal Tagle spoke about hypocrisy, pertaining especially to those who are active in church but do not do good deeds. The Cardinal said that the feast is a special opportunity for people to revive their faith in the real presence of Jesus and the Eucharist. Tagle also lamented many people's indifference to ecological protection, which he described as God's gifts. He cited, for instance, the piles of trash that devotees tend to leave on streets during huge religious events. Following the Mass, a procession with the Blessed Sacrament was held from Santa Cruz Church to the Manila Cathedral in Intramuros. In Bulacan, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, or NHCP, has turned over the newly restored St. John the Baptist Church to the Diocese of Malolos on Monday. The turnover ceremony, which included the unveiling of the historical marker, was part of the NHCP's project to restore Bulacan's first and oldest church. NHCP Executive Director Ludovico Batoy stressed on the need to take care of the country's historical items and places as part of our cultural heritage. Started in 2015, the restoration efforts included the retrofitting and adding of structural support to the facade and belfry of the diocesan shrine. The project also refined the structure's unique murals featuring the life of St. John the Baptist and the baptism of Jesus Christ. The turnover was held as the community culminated its month-long preparations for the town fiesta, honoring St. John the Baptist. On June 23, thousands of devotees joined the Libad Festival, which was highlighted by the traditional fluvial procession along the river. Here in the metro, hundreds of young people gathered at the Quezon City Memorial Circle over the weekend and called attention to the world's environmental problems. The call highlighted the launching of the Philippine chapter's Laudato Si Generation, which is the youth branch of the Global Catholic Climate Movement, or GCCM. Father John Laydon of GCCM Philippines said that the local chapter is the response of young Filipinos to the global call to move young people for the earth. He added that the creation of the said chapter is also very significant because the country is one of the world's most vulnerable places to climate change. The launching was highlighted with a mass presided over by Cáceres Archbishop Rolando Tirona, who also heads the Caritas Philippines. In his homily, he urged the youth to make their own history by joining advocacies for the betterment of the community and not to let their lives be a blank page. Launched during the World Youth Day in Panama early this year, the global youth movement called on the church and political leaders to take climate change more seriously. In Mindanao, newly ordained and installed Bishop Cosme Damian Almedilla celebrated his first Mass in Butuan City on Tuesday, announcing himself as both a father and a servant in the diocese. The around 2-hour service at the St. Joseph Cathedral was the first of many celebrations to get Almedilla acquainted with his new flock. In a CBCP News report, the bishop admitted that he was first afraid of the new task, adding that he never actually dreamt of becoming a bishop. He also said that his whole desire was just to be an ordinary member of the Presbyteriate and to serve the people. Papal Nuncio Archbishop Gabriel Cascia, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle of Manila, 21 other bishops, and more than 100 priests also attended the event. In his homily, Cardinal Tagle reminded the new bishop that there is only one brand of shepherding that you can give to Jesus' flock, which is characterized by his caring and tending love. Pope Francis appointed Almedilla to head the Butuan Diocese on March 25, taking the post that was vacated by Bishop Juan de Dios Pueblos, who died in October 2017. Since 2015, until his appointment as bishop, Almedilla, who is known for promoting the basic ecclesial community movement, has been the assistant pastoral director of the Talibon Diocese in Bohol. Meanwhile, in what is being called a miraculous discovery, a clock nearly identical to the one destroyed at the Notre Dame Cathedral has been found in storage. Found at the Church of the Holy Trinity in Paris, this discovery brings new hope for the restoration efforts at the landmark cathedral. The original clock was located near the cathedral spire, which collapsed during the fire that ravaged through it last April. It was feared that there would be no way to rebuild the clock as there were no surviving drawings of its mechanisms or any digital records of how the clock was made. The clock's near twin was found by clockmaker Jean-Baptiste Viot during a storage inventory at the Holy Trinity. Viot called the find incredible, saying it was like finding a second copy of a burned book. While it has not been specifically confirmed that the rebuilt cathedral will even include a clock, Viot insisted that not doing so would be unthinkable. Since the April fire, more than $1 billion has been raised for the restoration effort. For more news and updates, visit cbcpnews.net and follow our social media accounts. This has been Nico Balbidina for CBCP News Weekend Report.